My name is Teacher Karigodo Tonjige, the teacher of literature in English. Dear listeners, listen carefully. The poem called The Lazy Man, written by a man from Nigeria, Yoruba tribe. The Lazy Man. When the cock crows, the lazy man smacks his lips and says, "So it's the day black again, is it?" And before the turn over heavy, before he even stretched himself, before he even yawns, the farmer has reached the farm. The water carries a river to the river. The spinners are spinning their cotton. The weaver works on his clothes, and the fire blazes in the blacksmith's hut. The lazy man knows where the soup is sweet. He goes from house to house. If there is no sacrifice today, his brainstorm will stick out. But when he sees a free yam, he moves closer to celebrate. Yet his trouble are not few. When his ways reach puberty, rich men will help him to melt them. So, this poem from Yoruba culture in Nigeria that criticizes the behavior of some members of the society that seem to thrive too much than work. Finally, they end up becoming poor and can hardly afford living. As the result, they end up being burdened to others as they keep begging from other houses. Additionally, the poet shows that in this society, the brothel for marriage is done at a young age, and the children will wait until puberty of officialize the marriage. The traditional setup those days, one was brothered to his future wives at a young age, and they could only get married when both a man and woman mature. Though the lazy man could not afford down payment, rather had to be happy, or let go to the woman to be married by men or wealth, honor or wealth. So let us look semantic analysis, which is themes. The first themes which laziness or irresponsibility. The lazy man in this poem is well raised, while others wake up early in the morning to engage in different economic activities like farming, spinning, cotton weaving, and iron working sleep till daylight. His laziness becomes more evident when he gets angry at the time of the day when he notes that it is the day black since he does want to wake up. He complains, "So it is daylight again, is it?" When he notes that it is a day black, he does not wake up, but rather he turns over heavily, stretches himself, yawns, and then goes in with sleeping. Laziness is one of the major causes of poverty to most people. The second, there is responsibility. The poem shows that the other people in the same society are very hardworking. They wake up early and get engaged in different economic and domestic activities such as farming, spinning, cotton weaving, clothes, iron working, fetching water. This is spirit that has to be encouraged in our society, as it makes people get rid of poverty. He says, "The farmer has reached the farm. The water carries a river to the river. The spinners are spinning their cotton. The weaver was on his cloth, and the fire blazed in the blacksmith's hut." The third them's traditional marriage, brothel. The traditional setup those days in some African society, one was brought in his culture. Wives at a young age, and they could only get married when both the man and the woman mature. So the last man could not afford paying the bride price, and they had to be helped by men with wealth, or let go to the woman to be married by others, as the person says. Yet his trouble are not few. When his wives reach puberty, rich men will help him to marry them. The wives here is used to mean brothel too by the time they mature. In an African setup, poverty is regarded as a sign of maturity and readiness for marriage. But since the man is less, he will not have the required down payment for his bride wife, so he will request the rich to assist him, or they may give up and leave his wife to get married other rich men. Another for them poverty. Poverty, the poet showed that one of the major causes of poverty in the society is laziness. The man is so poor because while other hardworking people rise up early in the morning and start engaging in different social and economic activity, he spends the whole morning in bed. When he finally wakes up, they start calling from house to house, looking to free yam. As a result, the poet suggests that he won't be able to marry the girl he has blessed, but rich people will marry them for him. When he was rich puppet, rich men will help him to marry them. So let us look the guiding question and literary work, especially poems. What is the poem about? The poem is about a lazy man who does like to work. He wakes up late and begins going house to house, begging for soup or looking for a house with sacrifice where he can get free yam. Because of his laziness, he won't be able to marry the wives brought to him. As a result, rich men will marry them for him. Another question, what the type of poem is this? It is a free verse or modern poem of the lyric types, as it is expressed a strong feeling of sadness by the poet toward less people in the society who end up becoming trouble and burden to others. And the other question we may ask is, what's the tone, the mood of the poem? The tone is unhappy and sad because the person is not pleased with the behavior of the less man who does want to work but keep on going to other people's houses looking to free food. Another question, who's the persona? How do you know? The persona might be neighbor. This revealed from stanza 1, where he seemed to know the less man's behavior from his bedroom. Another question, what is the tone, the mood of the poem? The tone is disappointment and unhappy about the behavior of less man. This creates a sad mood toward a man who dislikes working but keep on being food from house to house. Another question, comment on the structure of the poem. The poem is made up of 5 stanzas of an equal number of verses. Stanza 1 has 11 verses, stanza 2 has 2 verses, stanza 3 has 2 verses, stanza 4 has 3 verses, stanza 5 has 3 verses. And another question, comment on language use. The language used is simple and easy to understand and get the intention of the poet. The poet has made good choice of vocabulary that carries the message across words like farmer. Water carries spinner, weaver, and blacksmith represent hard-working people, while lesman suggests the lesman who dislike working. The poet has also made up use of poetic license to achieve a particular poetic effect. The fact that the lesman does not care about his glamour shows that he is not serious about life itself, or that he came from a low class that speaks non-standard English and uses a general tag question. Is it in a place where isn't it was supposed to be used? So it is dead black again, is it? The figure of speech. Another part which is figure of speech. The first figure is consonants. The lesman smacks his lips and says consonants. The lesman smacks his lips and says. And another figure of speech, alteration. When the cock crows. Another anaphora. And before he turned over heavily, before he even stretched himself, before he even yams. Another parallelism, the farmer has reached the farm. The water carries a river at the river. The spinner are spinning their cotton. The weaver work on his cloth. And the fire blazes in the blacksmith. So let us look on message. The first message, we should be hardworking to alleviate poverty in our family and the society at large. Another laziness is a bad behavior that should be discouraged. Another, some traditional custom like early childhood based outdated, they should be discouraged. So let us look the last part is the relevance. There are less people everywhere. They believe that someone somewhere has a duty to help them, and they have made them some permanent beacons. Another hardworking people can also be found in our society. These ones know that they are the author of their own identity. Another, there are some societies are still practicing early childhood blossoms. They are Maasai of Northern Tanzania, reported and Sukuma in Lake Dawn. So thanks for listening me. My name is teacher Karigo Jige. Asanteni sana mpenzi msikilizaji kwa kunisikiliza mwanzo hadi mwisho wa shairi hili pendwa linaloitwa The Lazy Man. Hili shairi The Lazy Man maana yake umvivu, mwanaume mvivu, ambalo likiongelewa hasa katika nchi ya Nigeria, katika kabila la Wayoruba. Mwandishi huyu amejaribu kukosoa hasa wanaume wale wavivu ambao hawapendi kufanya kazi, kujishughulisha kazi, wenyewe wanapenda kulala, wanapenda maisha ya starehe. Na mwandishi yeye amejaribu kutoa elimu dhidi ya watu wazembe ambao hawataki kufanya kazi, ambao wenyewe wanataka waishi maisha ya ambao ni ya starehe sana. Ndio maana amejaribu kujikita sana kuongelea huyu kijana, kumzungumzia, kumuelezea huyu kijana ambaye alikuwa anachukia pale anaposikia jogoo wakiwika wakati mida saa 10 saa 11 kwamba amke kwenda kazi, yeye ndo anazidi kushikilia shuka, azidi kulala tu. Ndio maana anasema, anaposema mwandishi when the cock crow, kwamba ikiwa jogoo akiwika, the lazy man smacks his lips and says, so it is a day break again, is it? Ndio maana paka anashangaa kwamba huyu mwanaume mvivu anasema kwamba tena ni siku tena nyingine. Ndio maana anazidi kushangaa na kuchezesha na kushika na kushikilia shuka mpaka mwisho. Ndio mwandishi lengo lake ni kutuelimisha kwamba tuchape kazi, tuachane na masuala ya uzembe. Asanteni sana kwa kunisikiliza, na pia tumejaribu kuangalia dhamira tulizozipata kama laziness, masuala ya uvivu kwa huyu mwanaume ambaye hataki kufanya kazi. Na pia kuna masuala ya traditional marriage, kuna masuala ya ndoa za kijamii. Ndio maana kuna masuala ya yale marriage yamejaribu kuyazungumzia ndani ya humu, kwamba kuna watoto wanazaliwa binti umri bado mdogo sana. Pia masuala ya poverty, umaskini ambao uliokisiri kwa sababu ya hawa watu ambao hawapendi kufanya kazi, kwa lazima umaskini utazidi kuongezeka. Na pia tumejaribu kuangalia maswali mbalimbali yanayoulizwa kwamba what is the poem about, kwamba shairi inahusiana na nini. Shairi inajaribu kumzungumzia lazy man ambaye ni mwanaume mvivu ambaye hataki kufanya kazi. What is the types of poem, kwa aina ya shairi ni nini? Kwamba shairi ni modern poem, ni mashairi ya kisasa ambayo yenyewe hayafuati masuala ya ulali wa mizani. Na pia mwandishi inaonyesha kwamba yuko kwenye types ya lyric, hapo ni lyric poem, ni shairi ambayo inaonyesha lenye majonzi, lenye hisia. Another question unaweza kuuliza swali jingine, what is the tone and the mood, kwamba mood ya mwandishi ikoje, kwamba ni mood ya shairi kwenye hali hana furaha, wenye yuko kwenye masuala ya maumivu. Swali jingine unaweza kuuliza what is the persona, kwamba persona ni nani, utamjuaje? Persona ni neighbor. Huyu ni neighbor ambaye anajaribu kumuelezea lazy man ambaye ni mvivu. Kwa hiyo persona ni neighbor ambaye ni jirani anayejaribu kumuelezea huyu mtu ambaye jirani yake ni mvivu. Swali jingine unaweza kuuliza what is the tone and the mood, comment kwenye masuala ya muonekano wa shairi, kwamba shairi inaonekanaje. Asante sana kwa kunisikiza. Usije kusahau kusubscribe, kulike na kushare na comment chini ya hii video. Asante sana. Kwa majina naitwa teacher Karigo Jige, the teacher of literature in English, the man of literature from Shinyanga Nindo ya Busaru Nindo ya Busaru Mwajiji ndo niko zaliwa. Asante sana. Bye 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 bye.